You guys got me coming in Lehman Charlie? There we are, boys. How's everybody doing? Can you guys hear me? Thumbs up on audio. For some reason, my audio is not showing up. Zach, Kenny, you guys hear me? I'm gonna say that might be a possibly no. All right, it's good. Cool. It's cool, man. I don't know. It's good to be back, frankly. Yeah, it's been a minute. When was the last time we did one of these? December? This is one of my favorite things to do, is just like sit and talk. We'll see if we'll give everybody a few more minutes to get on here. I like the chat box and everything. I don't know. I like the setup. What do you guys think? The new podcast setup. Everything's a little bit cleaner. Everything fits together a little bit better. How's everybody's Sunday going? Kenny, your Sundays are wrapping up. It's yeah, dude, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm gonna use a pre-made. I mean, I paid for it, but yeah, it looks pretty good. I ended up doing Maurer der Toten and just kind of teaching myself the steps last night. It was embarrassing. There's Nick. What's up, Nick? I guess that was Nick on TikTok. We got all these new members now. So Zach joined yesterday. Jeb joined yesterday. We already had Tyler and then Zach. So 2 Zachs. We got 2 Zachs has joined the channel. Appreciate the likes, man. All right, so I figured I'd give everybody a few minutes. I mean, if people can't make it, then that's all right. So the first, I wanted to talk about, I guess, Zombies 2023, 2024. And it's been delayed by, the latest news is it's been delayed by a full year. So, I mean, to me, that ends up being probably the most positive news we can get, because it means it's going to be a finished product. Now, is it too much to ask for it to be a standalone game? I guess that would be my hope, would be that it's a standalone Zombies game, but I don't think it will be. But then Modern Warfare is still coming out this fall, but then the next Call of Duty Zombie made by Treyarch is going to be delayed by a full year. So we're looking at 2023 into 2024, so end of 2023 for the newest one with Zombies. I don't know, dude. I mean, it's going to be, well, there's not really much to latch onto with Vanguard. I mean, we've had one round-based map since it dropped, and it's been really lackluster, you know? I mean, there's not much to, I played it once. It was fine. I mean, it's Shi No Numa, dude. We've all played Shi No Numa a whole bunch. So, what is there to get excited about? No, that's a video. I was going to read an article about it. Everything's a YouTube video. I prefer print media. Okay, COD 2024 isn't Treyarch's next Call of Duty game. Let's see, Treyarch is reportedly working on another Call of Duty game that's coming out in 2023. However, it's not going to be the next mainline Call of Duty. Activision has, for the first time in franchise's history, delayed Treyarch's next mainline COD from 2023 to 2024. So it's not going to be end of 2023, it's going to be 2024. Is working on a new free-to-play Call of Duty game that's coming out soon. Officially, we don't know anything about this game, but based on leaks, rumors, and speculation, there's only a few possibilities. First, Treyarch could be, for some reason, handling Warzone Mobile. That'd be kind of cool. And that could be planned for 2023. That doesn't make much sense, though, considering Treyarch doesn't have much experience in either Warzone IP or mobile development. I don't know, man. So what do you guys think about Zombies, I guess the Zombies game being delayed till 2024? To me, it increases this delay we already had. We were already experiencing with Zombies content. I mean, because you think back on it, and we would have, well, it ended up being Zombies every 2 years, right? Because we got Black Ops 3 in 2015. No, we got 3 Zombies games in a row. We got Black Ops 3, World War II, and then Infinite Warfare back to back to back. So, but you think about it previously, I mean, what do we have? Black Ops 2 in 2012, and then we got Black Ops 3 in 2015. So that's 3 years between Zombies games. So it's not really that crazy. And honestly, if they're able to put the amount of time and effort necessary into making it good, then I'm willing to wait. I wonder if the franchise dies off before then. What keeps this game going, what keeps interest going is people playing it and talking about it. And so what you guys look at my content right now, and it's just talking about old games, because there's nothing else to talk about. I mean, what am I going to talk about, doing Shi No Numa and Vanguard? So, I mean, I'm cool with talking about nostalgia. I just wonder if this really impacts the community as a whole, and really kind of what it does is that it creates the opportunity for this to really drive the nail in the coffin. So they have this 2 years to create something new and put full effort into it. And then if it's fucking awful, then I think it's over. I think it's completely over. And I keep saying it's over, but if you have 2 years to make something good and then it still fails, then there's really no coming back from it, right? I mean, that's it. So I don't know, man. I mean, you guys know me. Like, I want zombies to be good, and I want to be able to talk about it, and I want to be able to play it. So it's just like a bummer when it doesn't work out. So what do you guys think? And I guess we got Zach. It means they aren't making a zombie game mode in the last minute. I mean, yeah, dude, and I think that's one of the major benefits of it. It's what's up, John? So like it really gives them the opportunity to succeed. So it's like it's not rushed because I mean Vanguard was rushed, Cold War was rushed, and then the news you hear is that like they didn't even have the roadmap finished for Cold War. So like we had that. It was like was it 4 or 5 months between Firebase Z and Marauder Totem? Marauder Totem was July, Firebase Z was February. Yeah, 5 months, bro. Can you imagine? Like if they had done that previously. So yeah, what do you guys think? I want to hear what you guys think about it. Because I guess I'm cautiously optimistic, but I end up being like a little kid, and I'm cautiously optimistic more often than not. So I'm the one that thinks with their heart more often than not than their head. So John, Zach, Kenny, what do you guys think? Kenny thinks if it means they aren't making a zombie game mode at the last minute. Vanguard is a disgrace. They need to stop worrying about updates on it. Just do Zombie Chronicles 2 on Cold War. I think that's a good idea, but that's like a massive undertaking from a development perspective, you know? So like that would end up meaning that they rushed that as well. Like so if they do, I do think they should stop trying to update. I think it's a waste of effort to continue to try to update Vanguard because Vanguard is a fucking lost cause. Like it's over. Like just leave it alone. It's fine. I won't hate on them for kind of abandoning it. Because like what, we got our first round-based map in June after it was dropped, the game dropped in November. Like that's just unacceptable. Like don't even have a zombies mode. Like I'm not complaining. I'm just saying don't say there's a zombies mode and then don't like support content for it. Cold War also had another team working on zombies. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, dude. Here's the thing, like they got billions and billions of dollars. Like hire more developers. You know, I mean, like, you want me to help you run your business, dude? Like, I can come in and do business process analysis. Like, that's what I do for a living. Like, I'll come in and tell you how to staff so you can be able to do these things that you promise to be able to do when you make video games. Vanguard's a lost cause. That game was played for a week. Just people going for Atomic, hadn't been playing it. Yeah, I think the newness of it wore off a lot faster than normal. You know, I think the cycle goes, we're excited about it for a little while, and then it renews our interest when they drop the DLC, and I think that's the point. You know, like they drop it, the newness is there, everybody's playing and grinding for the camos, and then our interest starts to taper off, and then we I don't know, they drop DLC and we're like, oh, okay, I remember this game. I'm still interested in playing it. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. But Vanguard is a lost cause. So, like, the faster that they can just eject from that situation, the better. I don't know. I mean, like, cautiously optimistic. Well, here's okay. So what do we play until then? Like, what is coming out in the interim? I mean, I'm not trying to say that I only play zombies, but like, I don't know, I only play zombies. I really only play zombies. I play first-person shooters, I play Halo, I play whatever the new multiplayer is, I play Warzone, but I play zombies. I mean, like, I was playing D-Machine at 2 o'clock this morning, you know? So, like, that's what I do. I'm not, like, there's some diversity in what I play, but, dude, like, if you're going to give me an option, I prefer to play zombies. So, like, what do we play until then? What do you guys think? What are you guys going to play? Enjoy Vanguard. Multiplayer is really fun. Zombies is a 3 out of 10. I did like the multiplayer. I mean, I felt like they did that pretty well. I don't know. I don't even know what's dropping between now and then. I am excited about Modern Warfare 2 and kind of having Task Force 141 back in the mix. So we'll see how that goes. And anything that's a follow-up to what I felt like was a really well-done game with Modern Warfare 2019, like it's good. It's good. So it's just, I guess we'll just see. I just don't know what else is out there, what other options there are. You know, I mean, so we have Modern Warfare 2 coming out in October, but then like what happens between that and 2024 when this comes out? And I guess hey there, Nick. What's up, dude? And so what does this game need to accomplish? What does it need to do to reinvigorate interest in the series? And that was one of the major things I was thinking about, is what functionality does it have to have? And I feel like, what does it need to accomplish? It needs to be launched fully formed. It needs to be launched with a round-based map, if not 2 round-based maps. I think we have to get back into the cycle of having downloadable DLC every quarter. Like, stop making shit free if you're not gonna like follow through on what you say you're gonna do. So it's launching fully formed. Honestly, a standalone zombies game would be perfect. I'd like stop tying zombies to whatever era that you're making the game around. Make it its own standalone game, have its own storyline. I think so fully formed, needs to have quarterly DLC again, and I think it needs to have like a fully fleshed out storyline again. I mean, like if you're gonna devote time and effort to it, then like it doesn't have to be rehashing the Ether story. It needs to be characters we can care about. And like the success stories that they had, I mean, you think about something like Infinite Warfare, you know, like those characters we could actually get behind and we cared about. And it wasn't the Ether story. What else has there been? I didn't care one bit. Yeah, dude, I would honestly, like, take my money. I'll give you $15. I'll give you $30. If it is fully formed, if it's a good map, and it's something to look forward to. What's up, CJ? We're on YouTube doing the podcast, brother. Can't wait for Modern Warfare 2. I'm sick of these trick-made games now. Yeah, dude, I mean, Modern Warfare 2 is going to be great. I'm excited. Anything that's on the Modern Warfare 2019 game engine and a follow-up to that game, I think it's going to be good. So what feature do they need to either introduce or add back in? And I think we already talked about that, but I think you need to add back in quarterly DLC. I think to be able to introduce, I think they need to have a battle pass. I think it needs to be a zombie-specific battle pass, and that's something that we've talked about in the past. But you like get points. I mean, you can, I don't know, unlock tokens and points, and you unlock things along the zombies battle pass. So like, I don't know, a Richtofen skin or Wonder Weapon skins, things like that. I think that, because I wonder at this point if they're not making money on zombies, and that's not why they're not prioritizing it. Because that's what I can think of. I mean, it takes time and effort to develop these games. And so if I'm not focusing on it, then they're not spending time on it and developing it and fully set it up. They should do what they did in BO3 where the game was futuristic but the zombies wasn't futuristic. Yeah, they could definitely do that too. I think custom emblems too. I mean, like all part of the battle pass, unlockables. I think, and if they want to add back in or continue adding it in there, having something like Dark Ether, like a zombies specific camo, that made Cold War so much more fun. It made it so much more engaging. I spent so much time, and you guys remember, you guys that jumped on either in late 2020 or early 2021, like I was on D Machine every single day on stream doing the Dark Ether grind. Like that was fun. It was fun to do that. We were enjoying ourselves. Like watching me unlock fucking sniper rifles was so ridiculous. Like I need to pull up those VODs because it was hilarious. And like the pistols, the snipers, the launchers, like it was funny. It was content. It was something for us to talk about. Like it was cool. And it made playing the same map over and over again okay. So if they can do something like that, if they add back in or add like a new form of Dark Ether, and whether it be something like we had in Infinite Warfare or like whatever version of the zombies camos, I think that is definitely something they did right with Cold War. So Battle Pass, and if they do standalone game, I think it gives it much more of an opportunity for success. So like, I don't have to buy whatever Modern Warfare it is to get access to zombies. And I think there's still enough people that are interested in zombies to where you can do that. I don't think it's as niche as people think it is. I think, especially if it's a good zombies, people will buy a standalone game, I think. And I think it gives it more of an opportunity for success, because the reason I am not playing Vanguard right now is because I'd have to rebuy it. I would have to rebuy it for an Xbox, and I don't give enough of a shit about it to rebuy it. Another $60. So now, would I rebuy it if it was a standalone zombies game? Maybe. And then I feel like if they're gonna take this much time between games, it ends up, like, don't they have the opportunity to make Zombie Chronicles 2? Like, it almost feels like a missed opportunity if they don't do that. I don't know, fine, don't do it on Cold War, don't do it on Vanguard, don't devote the effort to it now, but for whatever, you have 2 years. You have 2 years from now, even more, almost 2.5 years from now until that 2024 game comes out with zombies. Then have it be like it was. Like, you go through the full life cycle of Black Ops 3, and then you reinvigorate interest in that game by dropping Zombie Chronicles 2. And you have to think about how much time and effort they put into that. So you can't tell me that they can't pull it off. And then that you get your Transit remake and your Die Rise remake and your Buried remake and your Mob of the Dead remake. And I don't know, it'd be cool if they would do like a Treyarch spin on maybe some of the Advanced Warfare or some of the Infinite Warfare maps. Like, can you imagine be able to play as Richtofen on Zombies in Spaceland or something? I don't know. Like, do they own? I guess would they have to figure out licensing? But that would be cool. I don't know. It doesn't have to be old Treyarch maps. I don't know about that. I don't know if I agree with that. But I feel like if they're going to take the time, then take the time to actually do it. So we'll see about that. I don't know. What do you guys think? So Nick says, yeah, I read that one. They should do what they did in BO3, where the game was futuristic, but zombies wasn't futuristic. I definitely think custom emblems, whatever unlockables that they have on some sort of zombie-specific battle pass, I think it would be a good idea. If they make a Zombie Chronicles 2, do it on Cold War, because the Cold War engine isn't that bad and could revive it. I say you save it, man. I say this is like their ace in the hole. Like, if they want to get me back going, if they told me Zombie Chronicles is coming out in 2024, then I'll wait. But it feels like right now, like, what am I waiting for? Like, I'm waiting for 2024, and they haven't done that good of a job in a while. So, like, what am I looking forward to? I thought Samantha in Cold War was weird, or is that just me? I feel like they were reaching. I mean, it's kind of like grasping at straws. It was cool to have it in there, but I don't think they did it right. And it was kind of the same as having Eddie at the end of Cold War. Like he wasn't part of the story. But then, like, you tease him, you show me the snow globe from Revelations at the end of Forsaken, and it's like, okay, it's kind of like a novelty, but so what? You know? Chazzy Mark, they're holding all your comments, dude. I pre-order that shit, but depends on trailers and gameplay. I mean, it would give me something. It would get my attention. It would be something to look forward to. I don't know. I like, they have so much time between now and 2024 to get it right. So you would just hope that they don't blow it. You know? I mean, it's enough time to not blow it. But if we're following kind of like the course of events and how things have gone, then they'll take all this time and it'll be fucking dud. And honestly, I think it would be interesting if they started adding zombies to Modern Warfare and take it that direction, instead of making it a whatever, like a Treyarch game. I don't know, like, change things up. It doesn't have to be the same way, and then now they have 2 years to try to make something work. So it's they can't remaster the maps that have already been remastered because it would get stupid and repetitive. Yeah, I mean, the ones I named off are ones that they haven't done yet. But yeah, they shouldn't. There shouldn't be a Verrückt. There shouldn't be a Nacht. There shouldn't be a Kino. There shouldn't be. I don't know. It shouldn't be Shi No Numa. It shouldn't be the ones that they've already done, because it's been done to death. You remember Resurrection from Black Ops 1, the Resurrection DLC already had Vurut, Shinonuma, Dorisa. So don't do it again, because they already did it again with Zombie Chronicles, the first one. Watch them remaster Cold War before Zombie Chronicles 2. Yeah. No. I mean, like, we don't need I don't need a third version of Origins. I don't need a third version of Moon. I don't need a third version of Kino. Like, we got it. It's good. Honestly, those versions on Black Ops 3 are still very good. Doesn't need it. They updated it. There's no more dolphin diving. It's sliding. I feel like it plays a lot better. It's got updated weapons. Like, the graphics look good. Don't need it again. So we'll, I don't know. I'm hopeful. I just don't know, man. I don't know what they're gonna do. And I guess if I was, there've been some bad ones mixed in, but every now and then, every 2 to 3 years, we'd get a banger. And like, it kind of made stuff like Advanced Warfare Zombies okay when we got a banger like Black Ops 3, or we got something that was kind of unexpected like Infinite Warfare. But I don't know. I like, we'll see. I'm not gonna be negative, but we'll see. Like, they got 2 years, which means they have 2 years to get it right, but they also have 2 years to fuck it up. So, all right. So what do you guys think about this? And I was thinking about this. It's like, what are we gonna talk about? And it goes into the subject of how do they bring it back? What do they do? How do they make it interesting? What's something people will care about? And here's the thing, like, it's, you know what one of the most viewed zombie videos on YouTube are? Speedruns. So it's like this competitive aspect of zombies. Zombies wasn't created to, like, around the premise of speedrunning. It was based around the premise of either when it first came out, it's just like you go as far as you can and you die. And then they started adding in Easter eggs for additional complexity. So it's like either just playing with your friends, just shooting the shit and like having a beer, or you're gonna go high rounds, or you're gonna do the Easter egg. But over time, the most viewed videos on YouTube are speedruns. And so that is bringing a competitive aspect to zombies that wasn't there before. And it exists in other games. I mean, anytime there's like a playthrough, like a campaign, something like that, people see how fast they can do it. So I was thinking about that, and what do you guys think about if they somehow created competitive zombies? So, I don't know, it's either like solos, quads, to see who can do the fastest Easter egg, and then you can randomize it so like you don't guarantee that you're gonna get your gobblegums. So I mean, like, I think people, like, gobblegums can end up being a crutch. So like some people will get lucky and get good gobblegums, or maybe make it with no gobblegums. Or you'll have matches with gobblegums and some with none. And then I feel like, I don't know, if something ends up being a challenge round, like you get to do one Easter egg that you know, and then you get to do another Easter egg that you're not expecting. So like they'll when they launch an event, it's like, I don't know, a bracket of 4. The first match, everybody knows they're gonna do Shadows of Evil, but then they also know that there's gonna be an unexpected map, and you don't know what it's gonna be. And then they drop it the day of, and it's like, I don't know, Zombies in Spaceland. And so you do Shadows of Evil as a quad, and then you do Zombies in Spaceland. Yeah, I mean, you could do PV, like player versus everybody, or you could do player versus zombies, or you could see who. I just feel like, I don't know if it makes that much sense logistically if you do like high rounds, because that literally could last forever. So it's like task based. So if it's Easter eggs, or you do, I don't know, I mean, you could even do custom maps for this, like drop a map. So like you speed run one, and then they take a custom map that they create specifically for the event, and nobody's ever done it. So that ends up being more of like an Easter egg hunt, like figure out the steps for it. But then you have one that's more oriented towards speed running. I think that could, I mean, I think it could bring more interest to zombies if they had something like that. It makes it more competitive. It makes it more interesting. It's not just an add-on for whatever Call of Duty game that's coming out. I don't know. I think I was thinking about that, and I think that would be like, imagine a LAN event. Imagine a LAN event where, like, when they do the announcement, and it's like the best 4 players, like 16 players, 4 versus 4, and then 4 versus 4 on the other side, and everybody knows you're going to do Shadows of Evil, and so you prepare for it, you can practice it. But then the other thing that they do is either, like, they drop a new map, and then that's the second task, is like, I don't know, and then whatever the final event is. I think that can make it interesting. I think that could kind of change it up. I think that could add interest to what we're doing, because you think about it, and like what we're most obsessed with at this point is speedrunning, is going as fast as possible. I mean, like, if I see one more Shadows of Evil speedrun, like, I'm gonna vomit. But that's what the internet wants to see. They want to see like these freaking god runs. So have it be like a LAN event. Have it be a LAN event where people do speedruns. Like one of the events is a speedrun. One of the events is like a map nobody's ever done. Or they add in a new wrinkle. They take a map that you know and then they change something. Or you can't do gobblegums. Or I don't know, something like that. What do you guys think about that? Because I was thinking about that today, and I feel like that could, I don't know if it reinvigorates it, but I think it gives us something to care about in the years before then. And nobody, like, we don't have to wait around for somebody to do that. Like, I could throw a LAN event. You know, I could throw a LAN event where people competed against each other in Black Ops 3 zombies, or people competed against each other in like a custom map or something like that. I'll give you guys we're at a few second delay, but what do you guys think about that? Chazzy Mark, Jeb, Zach, Kenny, John, Nick. I feel like there might be too much of a delay. No, you're good, dude. You're good. What did you miss? I'm just like, I threw out the idea of competitive zombies. So like a LAN event where people face off against each other in a map that they know and they prepared for, and they face off against each other in the map that they didn't, whether it be like a new custom map or something else. And then so it gets into like teamwork and working on an Easter egg and figuring out the steps to an Easter egg, but then it also comes into like how fast you could do a speed run. I think that could be cool for that. Didn't that used to be a thing? It might be, man. I never heard about it, but like that would be cool. I think that would be interesting. Like a zombies Easter egg LAN event. Remember that on Cold War? I don't know. Then they're not getting enough press because I didn't hear about it. Zombies World League or something? All right, dude. Now I got to figure out what it is. They didn't give it enough. Zombies World League. Oh, dude, for sure. It's here. It is. They only have 581 followers. Yeah, so I mean, like, I have more followers than they do. I feel like, yeah, I have more followers than them. I certain round Easter egg race or something. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. I think that could be cool. I think like having some sort of Easter egg aspect to it, having like a speedrun aspect to it, like something they've never done, and kind of throw them a curveball, and then having something that they practice for just to like see how fast and efficiently they can do it, and get whatever gobblegums you want, and then you just run for it. And then like, but the thing about it is, it's the pressure of one run. So like you can't like just turn it off. You have to do it. So I mean, like, you have to overcome adversity. So if like you get, I think, an ad challenge, no perks or only box weapons. Yeah, dude. I'm like, doesn't that sound fun? That sounds fun to me. I think I think we've just kind of accepted that zombies can only be. I think the only thing you can't do is high rounds, because that can take fucking hours. Like, I mean, the time I went 100 plus on Kino, it was like 8 hours. So how efficient does that be? Like, is that? I mean, I think you can do like a speed run, 30, 45 minutes, and I think you can do a regular Easter egg that you've never done before in a couple hours. But if you do like a high rounds, I mean, I think you could have an event that's completely dedicated to high rounds, but I don't know if you can do anything else other than high rounds. Yeah, I think the idea of a challenge round sounds cool, Kenny. That's kind of where I was headed with it, you know? Yeah, a rampage inducer could help with that. It could make it a significant curveball. That's true, dude. That's true. No, that's a cool way. It's a good way to think about it. So it just takes you straight there. So it takes you straight to, everybody starts at 50. People would still make it a long time though, you know? Because there's some god tier high rounds players. I don't know. That's what I was thinking about today. I think that not only could it give the zombies community content and kind of something to latch onto, but it could also give us something to look forward to and focus on. It could also give them an opportunity to, like, the studios something to make content for, you know? I just, like, we're thinking about zombies in a very linear manner. I feel like we kind of need to expand our mindset. So, I don't know. I thought that was cool. I think it's doable too. I mean, and if we're not, I mean, Zombies World League has like 600 followers on Twitter, and I have never heard of it, and I'm a zombies content creator, then there's really not much press for it. So I think there's something to be made out of that. I think there's an opportunity there. And I don't know, dude, if I need to spend like a couple $1,000s and do it, or whatever, or get sponsors and do it, then I'll fucking do it. Wouldn't you guys watch it? A whole event based around maps. There were other CODs, Advanced Warfare or Ghosts. Yeah, or like, I don't know, everybody's like really gotten dialed in and locked in on like Origins and Shadows of Evil. Like do something, like, I don't know, Shaolin Shuffle. Like you get to get ready for, because the amount of people that know how to know all the steps for Shaolin Shuffle, and then like it's a team of 4. So you throw them a more obscure Easter egg. Like you get them one that they're locked in and dialed in ready for. Shadows of Evil, Origins, whatever. But then you give them another one like Zombies in Spaceland. Well, I know all those steps memorized. But like something like Shaolin Shuffle or Beast from Beyond or Attack of the Radioactive Thing or one of those Advanced Warfare Easter eggs. Or one of the World War II Easter eggs. Like not quite as well known. And then that's the curveball to see how good you are at actually figuring out the steps of the Easter egg. But I think a whole event would be awesome. I think that's definitely something that can kind of like pull back in the community. Or like to get a certain amount of points to spend total on everything for the run. Oh, dude, even better. Even better. Like in the course of a 10-minute conversation, we've already had like all of these amazing ideas about what to do for like a LAN event. Certain amount of points to spend total on everything for the run, so they got to pick everything they want, make the run with. 10K total points, doors don't count, so they might shuffle playlist and a challenge playlist, have to pick between a gun or a perk or something like that. 100%. 100%. Or like a knife only one. Like you get a certain amount of points, but then you have, I don't know, like a knife only one, or I don't know, you only box guns, no gobble gums, like whatever curveball you have to throw at these guys to increase the complexity. And then so they can't give them one opportunity to like show how awesome they are. Like let them get ready, let them get all the gobble gum they want, let them get all of those things to prepare, but then like have a couple, like a challenge round where it's a curveball. Where it's like you can only pull box guns. You can only get one pull out of the box. Something like that. Yeah, dude. These are only wall buys. 100%, man. And like, seriously, guys, we started talking about this 10 minutes ago. Like, I'm already thinking about like how to make this happen because it sounds exciting. Like a fucking zombies LAN event could be really awesome. Yeah, and then I think Zombies World League was on track with something. I was just like, maybe the execution's not there. So they got to select their play style before it starts. So you got to build your characters to the play style for that run, almost like RGP. Yeah, man, 100%, 100% what I was thinking. Yeah, dude, let's do it. I mean, like, we can take the ball and run with it. I feel like I have enough resources and enough time to dedicate to it. Doesn't that sound fun though? Like, I'm genuinely excited about and intrigued by the concept of this. Yeah, I knew what you meant, brother. All right. Anybody got anything else to add to it? But I feel like this could be something. This could actually turn into something. Competitive zombies LAN events. I mean, Call of Duty League is one of the biggest things in the world in competitive gaming. So it's like, I don't know, like major teams could have zombies teams. I think that'd be really cool. All right, any closing thoughts on that from anybody? I feel like we've had some really great ideas, and it kind of makes me want to have like a planning session and figure out what we could do. It would definitely be dope, dude. 100%. All right, so let's see. Kenny, I just remember seeing leaks for Cold War, and they said custom character creator. And that never ended up happening, did it? Yeah, I think that's something that they've considered for a while, but they kind of dropped the ball on it. All right, final thoughts. I'll give you guys a few more. I know there's a delay, so final thoughts on this one. All right, let's rock and roll. So what I got next is Jason Blundell's game. And so I think we as a community were really excited when we figured out when they came out with that. Yeah, for sure. When they came out with that announcement that Jason Blundell was going to make a new game, and he's known for some of the most classic zombies maps ever, then like that got me going. I was really excited. It was mid-year last year, and I remember being distinctly very, very excited about it. But it's like, I know that they're probably in like a 2-year development cycle, but there's no recent announcements. There's no new updates. There's nothing since last year. So like, is this just kind of like them putting their heads down and working on it? Or like, is this gonna happen? When do you guys think it's gonna happen? What kind of game do you think it's gonna be? Is it gonna be like horror survival? Is it gonna be round-based like we've seen with Call of Duty Zombies? Is it gonna be something we've seen Jason Blundell make in the past? Or is it gonna be something a little bit different? If he's too close to what he made with Call of Duty, would he get I don't know, would he get a cease and desist? So does it have to be distinctly different enough to where he doesn't have to worry about that? Like, he's not infringing on the IP he created for those guys? I've been following along with that, and whenever the announcement came out, I was excited, but I haven't heard anything since then. And when I was getting ready for today, I was doing research, and it's like, there's nothing out there. Like, there is nothing to be found. There's no additional explanation. It's not like, this is what kind of game we're making, this is what we're building towards. And like, I can't tell them how to run their business, but I feel like they could fill a hole that currently exists with zombies games and horror games in general by saying, this is what we're doing. This is the segment of the market we're addressing. This is the type of game we're making. This is something you can be excited about. And maybe they're just not there yet, but even the most basic update could keep me invigorated thinking about it. But we haven't gotten anything. And the, what is the name of their studio? Deviation Games. So I thought it was something like that. So I kind of wonder, like, I mean, the glass half empty person inside me wonders, like, are they behind? Are they on track? Is this something to be excited about? Is this something that's going to be good? How close is it going to be to Call of Duty Zombies? How different does it have to be so he doesn't infringe on the IP that he already created? I don't know. Maybe a more survival-based zombies game closer to World War II, but still some classic Black Ops zombies elements. I think that would be cool. I think if it was like, you know what we have not gotten is like a zombies campaign. And I think it's like an actual playthrough campaign, like a Call of Duty style first-person shooter, Call of Duty zombie style shooter, but then to have some sort of campaign element to it. And I understand why they did what they did to have it in a closed environment, but like, yeah, like World War Z, like an open environment, but then to have those elements that we expect from a Call of Duty game. I think that would be fun. I think you could kind of play on elements of World War Z and Resident Evil. But the thing is, like, Resident Evil hasn't really made zombies games in a while. You know, it's like the people are infected, or they're crazy, or like their country, and like it's not quite zombies anymore. So like, who is making zombies games? World War Z is the most recent zombies game. I don't know, man. And like, that's what I want to play. So like, I've been playing World War Z, and I've been playing some old zombies, but it's like, I wonder what his game's gonna look like. I wonder what boxes he's gonna check. I wonder like what things they're considering as they're making this game. And you gotta assume that like a year into the development cycle that they have a plan. I mean, I fucking hope so. Huge Fallout fan, so heck, maybe RPG type zombies. I think that'd be awesome. Like a classic style campaign. Well, here's the thing. Wait. I just had a fucking $1 million idea, and I don't know if I should tell you guys. But have it be a classic zombies experience where you move from site to site. It's kind of like Outbreak, but it's open world until you get to the next site. So it's like you have to, say if we're taking the Black Ops 3 model, you fight from the end of Derisa to the beginning of Der Reisendrache. So you actually have to play through that. It's not a cutscene, you're playing that. That's the open world aspect of it. And then you play the round-based map when you get there. Yeah, dude, it's not like I'm broadcasting to the internet right now. What about that? Like, you play open world to get to the next round-based map. And then you play and you can't move on until you get the round-based map. Or you can get around it, I don't know, like Left 4 Dead, something like that. I mean, I think that would be cool. And that would kind of add a different element to Call of Duty Zombies, where it's like, we are familiar with the round-based maps, but it is the open world aspect of fighting to the next map. Yeah, dude, 100%, 100%. And then you're locked into it. Like, you don't get the option to pull out of it. You're locked into whatever that next round-based map is. So you fought from Derisa to DE. And then you can have like side missions on the way there, but your goal is to get to the next round-based map. I don't know, dude. Like, I think that'd be cool. I think I just had a really good idea. I think I need to start my own gaming studio. Doesn't that sound fun? It sounds fun to me. And I think some of the lack of enthusiasm from people who are more casual about their interest in zombies is the fact that it's been done. Like, they could continue making good round-based maps and I would continue playing it. But I don't know if, like, how much money can they make off of us? So it's like, You have to continue iterating it, and I don't feel like they've iterated in a while. Yeah, dude, I don't know, dude. I'm making notes in my mind. Maybe I'll start a game studio. I mean, fuck yeah. I think this is what happens when I take Adderall is I have good ideas. 100% like Halo Infinite's most recent campaign. Like having an overarching story and then fighting to the next campaign mission and then being locked into that campaign mission. Yeah, man. It is kind of like Ghost Extinction. It is kind of like that. But I feel like where Ghost Extinction didn't lock you into that next mission. I mean, it kind of did, but like, it's the difference between walking up, like fighting zombies in the street, walking up to the house, and then going in the house and you can't leave the house. Like, you're there. And it like separates you from the external environment. Like, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know, dude. I think that's awesome. I would buy that game. Right? Would you guys would buy that game, right? It would be something to look forward to. It would be something to be excited about, especially if they did it correctly. And then like you could introduce elements of the Ether storyline and stuff like that. Yeah, man. Like, sign me up for that shit. Sign me up for that shit. Followed 100%. It ends up being like Fallout, like mixed World War Z, Fallout, and Call of Duty Zombies. Like an open world element in Halo Infinite, and you're fighting towards the next campaign mission, and you're locked into the campaign mission. Like that's what I think most of these open world games are lacking, is that when they fight towards the next campaign mission, you can like dip. So it's like, I feel like you fight towards the next campaign mission, and then you have to do the campaign mission to move on. Like, you can kind of pick and choose. I mean, I feel like having some sort of track that you're following in, and you have to go there and do it, and then that's the only way you move on. And then you have like unlocks, and maybe you can have like a pack-a-punch outside of like in the open world element, and like wall buys, and you can upgrade guns and stuff like that. Or there can be different, oh no, wait, you got to give up your guns from the open world element once you go into the next round-based map. So it starts you off just like if you walk into the movie theater Kino, you got to put up your guns, put up all your perks, put up all your guns, and you have to start over. I mean, I'm buying that game, dude. I'm there. I'm buying that fucking game. Right? I'm there. I'm buying that game. Any sort of game studio, just if you're going to steal my idea, just make sure you credit me for it. What do you think, Jeb, Kenny? I think we lost Zach. But it does end up being kind of a lot like World War Z, Fallout, like a little bit of mixture of Call of Duty Zombies mixed in there, a little bit of the Halo Infinite campaign mixed in. Is the bugs, like bugs of fitting, like development bugs and like fitting it all together? I think that would be a challenge for sure. But I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, these guys make a lot of money. Like, game developers make a lot of money. How many excuses are we willing to make for them not doing a fucking good job? I don't know. So, closing thoughts on that one. I think I'm definitely pumped about that idea. I think it would be a large undertaking. It would be a big game. It'd be a lot to think about. But then it's like customizable characters that you bring forward into the next map. I don't know. And then like you progress your loot through the campaign, through the open world part of the campaign. So like if you get like a higher tier weapon on the open world part of it, You keep that once you get out of the next round-based map, but you have to finish the round-based map to do it. And whether it's like finishing the Easter egg or whatever, but I think that is definitely doable. I think that's definitely an interesting concept. All right, everybody's got, I'll give you a few more seconds to any additional thoughts on that one. Boy, other Zach, Zendafox, this is two streams in a row he's missed, man. I think, and well, the thing is, like, I'm gonna have to take off the delay on the stream, because that was the thing about Twitch, is like, it was almost immediate that I was talking to you guys. All right. So last one for today, and this has been almost an hour, and I'm having a lot of fun being back doing it. And like, it's funny that I can just kind of sit. I'm kind of just sitting here talking to myself, but talking to you guys. What is the best Easter egg? Not what's the best map, not what's the best game. What is the best Easter egg? And I thought about that for a little while. Like, what makes a good Easter egg? So it ends up being some of the elements of what makes something a good map, and also what makes something a good game. All right, Jeb's back. What's the best Easter egg? No, you're good, dude. So it ends up being the elements of what makes something a good game, because having the good game engine and movement system, having a good storyline, so that feeds into the Easter egg. But also, when you're talking about an Easter egg specifically, it ends up being like the steps of the Easter egg. Do they all fit together? The replayability of the Easter egg. Are there different elements? Can you go different ways? And then the boss fight. Like, those are key elements of that. So and then you can have something that has a good Easter egg. Well, you can have, well, yeah, I guess you have to have good map design to have a good Easter egg. But it doesn't have to be the best map to be the best Easter egg. It can have the elements of a good Easter egg and not be the best map. Because I kind of feel like, I think as far as steps go, I think Origins is up there. I think Origins is probably one of the better Easter eggs. Like, I don't know if I'm sold on Origins being the best map anymore because of the mud and all that shit. And like, aesthetically, it's not as pleasing as something like a DE or a Gourd Crovy. But I think the Easter egg itself is as close to perfect as possible. I think DE, I think the map is a little bit, well, I don't know, the map isn't, it's very multifaceted. So I think DE's Easter egg is also up there as well. I also really like Shadows of Evil. I think people are kind of mixed on whether or not Shadows of Evil is good. And then I mean, I don't know, I'd listen to people if they said Gourd Crovy is one of the better Easter eggs. But I feel like Origins, DE, Shadows of Evil, Gourd Crovy would be like the four. Rev and Origins are opposite in that regard. You're right, dude. You are 100% right. So I don't know. I think Revelations has a good Easter egg too. I think the map itself is very reductive and a little bit overly reliant on elements from previous maps. I like when you incorporate the Wonder Weapon steps and the actual Easter egg. Yeah, I mean, like, you think about it, and there are some really efficient Easter eggs out there. And when I say efficient, I mean like it all fits together. And then there are some that feel like very manic. They're all over the place. And when I think about manic, I think about Gourd Crovy. Like, it doesn't all fit together. Like, it didn't really feel that good. I think Origins all fits together. I think DE all fits together. I think Origins and DE are yeah, I mean, Rav Easter egg is too random. I think Gourd Crovy is all over the fucking place. Like hatched dragon eggs and like all the computer steps and stuff, dude. It's just like, it is so all over the place. But like, upgrading the bows, doing all the different steps for DE, I feel like all of the steps for Origins, I think the steps for Origins are a little bit too far all over the place in terms of how they fit together. Well, I don't know, you have that like airstrike step, I'd say Origins is, I can't say that about Origins. I think it feels better on the Black Ops 3 engine. So like the Origins Easter egg on Zombie Chronicles is better than the Origins Easter egg on Black Ops 2. And I think I can't put Mob of the Dead in there because I think it's just too constrained. It's too constrained by all of that stuff. I mean, and I like Buried. I don't think Buried is one of the best Easter eggs. But I think definitely if we're talking about three of them, it ends up being Origins, DE, Shadows of Evil. Is that top three Easter eggs? And I'm not talking, I'm like, not map, Easter eggs. I think that's probably my top three. Like in terms of, ooh, and I don't know, man. I think Shadows of Evil ends up being very repetitive. Like you're repeating the same steps. And that's kind of like, it's something like Rave in the Redwoods where you're basically like, you're shooting their legs off, you're shooting their heads off, you're shooting their arms off. It ends up being very repetitive. But with something like DE and Origins, it's not repetitive. It's different. It's kind of a way to keep it engaged and keep it fresh. So I think that's the reason. Well, Easter egg steps and ending. Well, Easter egg steps, ending, cutscene, boss fight. Like those are the elements, and then like how the storytelling ties it together. So I think that the Shadow steps are fun. It ends up, I guess the only reason I couldn't say Shadows is number one is because it's repetitive. You think of, well, DE's not repetitive. DE's not repetitive, and I don't think Origins is repetitive. I think Shadows ends up being more repetitive. I think Gord Crovey ends up being a little bit too all over the place in terms of the organization of it itself. What helps Gord Crovey out is the fucking boss fight, which is probably my favorite boss fight ever. I don't know. Like to have like such an Easter egg that I just could not do by myself, and then have that boss fight at the end and have it be so amazing, it's just like, I don't know, what a payoff for that. But yeah, I had to get somebody to carry me on that. I don't know. So what do you guys think? Who's left? I think Kenny might be still around. I think Jeb's still around. I don't know if Eternal Karma's. I like the Gord Crovey map. I think it was unique. Well, I think it was unique. I guess we'll sloppily thrown together map. Yeah, I mean, and I think you can kind of put it in that Marauder Totem kind of just being just random elements all thrown together, like the map balance itself. Because I felt like DE's pretty. I think Gord Crovey's. I think it's accurately rated. I think it's top 5. I just don't think it's like, if anybody tried to tell me that Gord Crovey's number one, I would argue with them. If anybody wanted to tell me like DE's number one, I'd listen to them. If anybody wanted to tell me Origins is number one, I would listen to them. If anybody wanted to tell me Shadows of Evil is number one, I would listen to them. If somebody tried to tell me Gord Crovey's number one, I would have an issue. If somebody tried to tell me Mob of the Dead is number one, I would have an issue. Because if you have not gone back and done Mob of the Dead and gone back and felt how clunky that game engine is, like you can't, I just don't, and that's these people that are in like love with Black Ops 2 in a general sense. It's like, have you played it recently? Have you gone back and like done the DE or the Die Rise Easter egg and like felt how weird and clunky that feels? Or the Mob of the Dead Easter egg, or Buried, even Buried, and it hurts me to say Buried is really also affected by that game engine and movement system, which is why it makes it so intriguing to have a Zombie Chronicles 2, because man, think about how fucking amazing a Buried remake would be, even a Mob of the Dead remake. Like those maps, even Transit, like if you improve on Transit, I think it can end up being really amazing. There's no true open spots really anywhere, I feel. It just feels like a narrow hallways and trenches. Yeah, I can see that. So what do you say, dude? What do you say your top Easter egg is? So I would say my top 3. I would say DE's number 1. I would say Origins number 2. I would say, well, I'd say DE's number 1. I'd say Shadows is number 2. I'd say Origins number 3. In terms of Easter egg. Like complexity, steps, boss fight storytelling. I've replayed Gord Crovey, and I still can't get excited about the Easter egg itself, but it's I still think it's good. I still think the map itself is is a good map. I really appreciate. I mean, the fucking boss fight, dude. Even if it's like just a boss fight, bringing it back from the brink of being like a very manic Easter egg. I can't be the only person that thinks that. Like, and I've talked to other people that couldn't do Gord Crovey either. No, you're good, dude. So what's your top Easter egg? What's your top 3 Easter egg? So I just said mine. It was, I'm gonna call it DE number 1. I'm gonna call it Shadows of Evil 2, Origins 3. And I think you can swap Origins and Shadows of Evil potentially. I just feel like DE was about, and you think about the DE boss fight, like it was a good boss fight. It was a good boss fight. Like you actually had a boss to fight. The Easter egg itself was good, like upgrading the bows, doing all those steps, having it be on that map, having the map fit together. I think DE is number 1. And then I would have to think more in depth about whether or not I thought, I kind of feel like Shadows of Evil is 2. Shadows of Evil is 2 because of the mud on Origins. And then it ends up being Origins number 3. Origins is good. You want to talk about a map I think is overrated? I think YouTubers started making videos about how Origins is the best, and then everybody's like, Origins is the best. It's like, is it though? Is it really though? It's got a whole bunch of fucking mud and you got to slug around in it. It's a good map. It's a great map. Origins DE. Buried. Listen, dude, like, I think it's another one of those that's really held back by that BO2 game engine and movement system. I think Buried in terms of the good maps, like obviously Die Rise and Transit are held back by the game engine and movement system. But I feel like, yeah, you're a sucker for the elemental wonder weapon. Me too, man. So it pains me. It pains me to think about the fact that how restricted Buried is by that game engine movement system, because I feel like it could be so much better. And Mob of the Dead 2. You think it's Shadows of Evil? I would listen to your argument for that. Tell me why. Tell me why you think it's Shadows of Evil. Honestly, tell me why, Kenny. The mud never bothered me a ton. Felt like a natural flow of the map. Kept me out of the mud for the most part. For sure. I mean, I can see that. I just didn't... I don't know. I mean, I think there is a case to be made for any one of those 3 being number 1. Dancing Squid. Needing 4 people hurt Shadows for me. Well, no, there are people doing solos now, but you have to be a fucking god to do it. That was like the biggest bummer for me, is figuring out that I couldn't make it past Shadows, or the... Kenny thinks it's Shadows of Evil. Jeb thinks it's Origins, then DE2, and then Buried. Honestly, like, I think Buried is top 5. I think Buried is top 5 in terms of Easter eggs, because having the 2 different sides of it, and then, God, like all the stuff for, like, that was cool having the yeah, you can beat it solo now. And like, do you, well, I mean, it's the same as doing Transit solo. Like, you have to be a god. Because you have to, I mean, like on Transit, you have to throw the EMP over the rocks, hit the one portal, then jump in the portal, throw it in the portal. So like, the chances of you doing it right are not good. It's the same thing. Like, you can do it on, you have to be really, really good to do it solo. But it's the same. I don't. Is it possible? Like, could you do it, or could I do it? Maybe not. But like some of these guys that are fucking experts, yeah, they can. Yeah, and there is something to be said for that. I just feel like the map itself. The reason I can't put it higher is because the map the map is very constricted. Like you have those really tight hallways, and I think that hurts it. Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess it gets into preference of what makes a good map. But I feel like having too many choke points, I just like, what's going to happen when you go through a choke point? You're going to get downed. Especially if you get too high of a round, you're going to get downed. Now, I feel like that's different if you put it on the Black Ops 3 engine, or you put it on an engine where they're sliding. Like flying in the Wonder Weapon, getting really rid of hold zombies. It had an amazing buildable. Yeah, it did. It did. I think that map as a whole is like right outside my top 5. Time bombs were cool too. Yeah. I heard somebody say that the moon Easter egg was one of the best ones, and people forget how much RNG was necessary for the moon Easter egg. Like they just forget. They haven't done it in a while. And like I did it, God, what did I do? Like 4 or 5 months ago? And it's such a pain in the ass. The witch house in the maze, also cool. Yeah, and then having the paralyzer. I thought the paralyzer was a good wonder weapon, for sure. So that's it. I mean, that's really all I had for today, boys. So like, I don't know. We've been doing a podcast for about an hour. Oh no, if it's remastered, then it's definitely like an Origins type situation where it takes a good map and makes it great. Dancing Dr. Peck, the Witch, Firebase Z is also valid. I mean, if you like that, I'm glad. I feel like that map was, there's so many things wrong with that map. I think the Easter egg itself was fine. I think the map itself was kind of goofy. Paralyzer. Yeah, the fact that you could fly with the paralyzer was pretty awesome. For sure. Dancing Dr. Peck. All right. We're going to overtime. So what's the best side Easter egg or side mission? Bonus mission. What do you guys think? I feel like the coffin dance in Cold War was a cool side one. And the opportunity to get a cool gun. I feel like the bunny step in Firebase Z was cool. I feel like best side Easter eggs. I feel like all of the song Easter eggs on the old ones, like Kino, Verrückt, I think those are in 5. Well, and then you think about it, and building Winter's Howl on 5 was a side Easter egg. It wasn't like the main story-based Easter egg. So I think Winter's Howl on 5 was good. I think all of the song ones, all the old song ones were good. Because it's kind of like very classic. It's nothing required. I think when we figured out how to do the coffin dance on Cold War on D Machine, I'm about to dip, dude. I just figured I'd ask you guys one more thing. What do you think, Kenny? What's your favorite side Easter egg? All right, we got a delay. You can't pick one? Pick one, pick 2, pick 3. Just say one. Dude, TikTok chat. TikTok like used to be good to kind of build an audience, and it's just like it's like people look and see it's my face and then leave. It's like, bro, whatever. All right, Kenny can't pick one. Jeb just dipped. All right, boys, we're gonna do this. We're gonna start doing this on Sunday. This is one of my more favorite days. But I don't know. Like competitive zombies sounds pretty fun. We'll be back regular tomorrow, just playing games. But we're gonna start doing this again on Sundays. So Kenny and Jeb, I'll holler at you guys. Appreciate everybody that did get on. I understand people got stuff to do on Sundays, but the coffin dance, I think coffin dance was definitely one of the top ones. All right, boys, we're out of here. We're gonna start doing this again though on a regular basis. Kenny and Jeb, holler at you guys.